Hello and welcome. I'm the developer of Eclipse Breaker. This is Eclipse Breaker. I'd love to share with you what's been happening with the Eclipse Breaker development lately. If you like what you see, remember you can try it for yourself. There's a free demo available on Steam store page and a Discord server you can join. Also remember that this is still in heavy development. We're working a lot on the art, we're adding a lot of content, and I'm going to show you everything new that we've done. And it's still being worked on, so please, if you like what you see, just tell us what you think. You can click that button right there in the game to take our survey, or you can head to the Discord server and tell me what you think, or you can just send me a personal note. I love feedback. I've made so many updates to this game based on feedback that I have gotten, and it's made the game so much better, and I appreciate that. So we're going to start a new game here. Start here in the Temple of the Gate, but I'm going to go to Controller, and I'm just going to go straight on our first run. So I'm going to go easy on the tutorial explanations here. I'm just going to give the light explanation. This game is stamina based. When your stamina gets full, you can attack. And in the meantime, while you're waiting to attack, you block enemies, dodge enemies, that sort of thing. Enemies will attack, and I can block their attacks. There we go. And you select which enemy you want to attack with this button right here. Now it's telling me that if I press my right trigger, then I'll do a trigger attack. Boom, which does extra damage. Like maybe Final Fantasy VIII. And I also want to show you that there are parries. I missed that one though. Let's see if we can get it next time. Trigger. And there we go, parry. When I parry, you see this beam of light that I just made on this guy? That is my passive. When I parry or dodge an enemy attack, I missed it that time, then I put this beam of light, and then when I attack, the beam of light does a little bit more damage. And this is just doing more tutorialization about the combat system. The interesting combat system in this game is the active turn-based combat, which means that it's a weird combination of real-time and turn-based combat that is reminiscent of Final Fantasies from, 7 through 10, 7 through 9. Final Fantasies from the 90s, basically, and Parasite Eve also had this style of combat in it. Active turn-based, meaning it's essentially turn-based, but if you wait too long, the enemy is going to take a turn for you, and you don't want that. So, let's see here. When you beat an encounter, sometimes you are asked to put Prima into one of your abilities, and I've shown you mostly the attack ability so far. So I'm just going to put the Fire Prima in my attack ability, which means that you can see here on the right, my attack will apply a blaze for 7 seconds. A blaze, of course, does damage to enemies over 10 seconds. So I'm going to lock that in, and now anytime I use my attack, it will burn enemies for 10 seconds. So each area has 4 encounters. I'm going to move on to the second one. So let's see my attack causing, there it is. Meditation. This is just a fast way to refill your stamina bar. So there we go, we're lighting enemies on fire using my attack now. I also want to show you my other abilities. We have my special. So my special will attack all enemies in a line. It can also trigger, by the way. And then I'm going to show you my magic ability. There you go, it calls a beam from the heavens, which deals magic damage. And all of them can be slotted differently. They all scale differently with Prima, depending on how so like your special, I think, scales less than your magic. Your magic scales a lot. If you stack a lot of Prima into it, you can start with that being like a little grenade. Your special might do only a tiny bit of damage, but then once you stack it a lot, it might become a nuclear bomb. Okay, I also want to show you the ultimate. So if you deal or take damage, then you charge up your ultimate meter, and you can see on the bottom left how it is glowing orange. It's ready, I've been stacking it up, and so I'm going to go ahead and activate it now. And that's it. So it strikes enemies random enemies 7 times, and then one big final attack at the end. That's your ultimate ability. So now we found some Pulvite. This is a meta currency that you can use to make your character stronger between runs. It is a roguelike. And now we have the option to either get another Fire Prima to slot into another one of our abilities, or to get some equipment, and this is all random. So I'm going to do equipment because we haven't seen equipment yet. So we'll get that equipment once we beat the 3rd encounter, which we're going to now. So I'm going to be trying to get the best use out of my Fire Prima that I've put on my attack. There are a lot of different other kinds of elements. There are 5 in total in the game right now. Fire, ice, water, lightning, and earth. Making short work of these guys. Okay. We're going to use the special. Hit trigger both times. Good, we got it. Okay. So gotta kill these 2 right here. Should be able to kill that first one. Good, now we just need to deal with this last one back here. She's as good as dead. You can see that every time I hit some radiance, that is my passive, that I increase my ultimate bar a little bit. So you see this desiccant right here when I use magic on her. Oh, another thing I want to explain about magic is that if you use it on someone with radiance, in addition to dealing damage and charging your ultimate, you also get a temporary shield. So there you go, I just got a little shield. And now our ultimate bar is ready again, so we're just going to go ahead and use that. Ooh man, I missed 2 of those. Could have done better there. You gotta get those triggers. Those triggers really offer you a lot more damage if you hit them. And that clears encounter 3. So now we're going to go... Oh, we're going to get some equipment. And, ooh, this one is good. So we can pick any of these 3 equipments. The first one is your attack strikes twice. Second one is your magic strikes all nearby enemies. Third one is your back attacks deal increased damage and add radiance to a nearby enemy. I'm going to pick your attack strikes twice because I already have something slotted into attack. And this will help me. I'm going to be doing really heavy single target damage when I pick this, which is going to help my build a lot. But I will be weak against crowds, but that's fine because we're about to go into a boss here, and here's the boss. And so this is going to help us against the boss. Unfortunately, I just used my ultimate, so that's pretty low. So we're going to want to build that back up so we can... Ooh. He got me. So we can use it against the boss. I'm going to get a shield here. Ooh, he got me again. I wasn't ready. Okay, we're going to get another shield, since that last shield we seem to have burned through. And just to keep our shield up, alright. Now let's go ahead and try and clear these 2 out. They can be a little annoying. The shield that you get from detonating radiance is temporary, so you're gonna have to get it back. So he's gonna create his fire pits. We are almost with their full ultimate. Oh, gotta dodge that. And now he's kind of cut us off here, so I'll just wait for these to go away. Alright, that has replenished our ultimate, so I'm going to go ahead and use that on him. It should take about half his health, actually. I think I hit all of those triggers. One more hit and he's dead. Ooh. I can't walk up to him because he is standing on fire, so I'll just use my magic to finish him off. Now, mind you, I play this game a lot, obviously, because I make the game. And so I'm able to clear the first boss here pretty easily. But most people manage to die, you know, before. So I challenge you. I challenge you to play it and see if you can do better on that first boss than I did. And then as you get better at the game, as you learn and grow in making the game, then you know you get a lot better at using your abilities, and it's a roguelike. It's roguelike. You learn by playing the game, and you get farther each time. So now I'm choosing which element to do next. I think I'm gonna go water next. Water's pretty fun. So now if we beat this next encounter, we will get a water prima that we can slot into our abilities just like we did the fire before. So let's go ahead and clear this encounter. Make use of that double O. See how much stronger that is, that attack, because we've put so much strength, so much of our power-ups into this attack. It's getting very strong, and it's taking a little while to clean out these enemies because I have to attack them one at a time. But, you know, that's okay. So this should be this enemy right here. Alright, who's coming next? Oh, now we start with Aegis Athenors. And Aegis Athenors carry the shield, as you can see. They cannot be... Let's see what happens if we try and attack them from the front. You see, you can't. You cannot attack them from the front. You have to attack them from the back. Otherwise, they will block your attack. Let's get some good parries in there. Alright, that takes care of one of them. Now what's interesting is that your magic attack is non-directional. That is to say that it can damage enemies from the front. The problem is, I haven't slotted anything into it, so it's pretty weak right now. It would take me a very long time to kill these guys. So these guys are more difficult to deal with if you have single target attack, and they're immune to attacks from front, but if you slot your magic instead, you can take them down a lot more easily. But then, you know, other encounters might be harder. So we have a lot going in our magic here, in our attack right here, so I'm just going to keep slotting. Actually, you know what? I might put it in special just to show you guys how the special works differently. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. No, I've changed my mind. You know what? Oh, there's so many options I can't decide. You know, I'll go with my first impression, just to put it right there. And I'll play one more encounter just so you guys can see what that is like. And then we'll call the video. Actually, we'll go back to the temple and see all the upgrades you can get between runs. So I put it in my attack. I put it in my attack, right? I did. Which means that now when I attack someone, you see these blue waves that are coming out? Those are water waves. And it will be more apparent what they do when there are more enemies. Those water waves will hit other enemies, and when they do, they will drench those enemies. And I should actually use it. There we go, watch this. Oh, let's get out of there. There we go, all these water waves come out and hit all the enemies and cause ricochet effects. Okay. There they go. And now, this is really good for enemies that are clustered together. There we go, he's probably going to burn out. When enemies are clustered together, they, you know, these water waves that are sent out ricochet back and forth between the enemies. And it causes them a lot of damage. Let's see if we can get some... See, these two enemies are next to each other right here, so I'm going to attack them. Oh man, these waves are getting crazy. In addition to the water waves that are being sent out from enemies, there are also these water waves that the enemies are sending to me. These slag enemies are enemies that create these little pools of water, and I have to avoid the water waves that are sent out by them. Yeah, one of them just hit me. There we go. Oh. Ah! Okay. And you know what I should have been doing? Oh, there we go. We got a little ricocheting going on there. I'm just going to use my ulti for this guy right here. It's a little bit of overkill, but it's all in good fun. Oh, I missed the last trigger. So that's it. And we collect a little bit more pulvite, and now we're going to fast forward a little bit. We're going to go back to the temple, and I'm going to show you what we can do with all of these meta currencies that we've gotten, the pulvite and the lost souls that we collected. I'll see you there in a second. Okay, that did not take very long. So now we collected 11 pulvite on that run, and now I'm going to use it here in the shop. I'm going to buy some training tickets. Training tickets, looks like I can buy 4. Training tickets you can redeem here in the Constellation grid. And we start here on the grid with 70 starting XP, and I have 4 tickets that I can use, so I'm going to get myself some healing on kill. A little bit, why not? 1 more of those. Some Prima damage. This increases the damage that I do anytime I have Prima slotted to an attack. I could get Desperate Strike, which it deals more damage when I have less than 25% health. I could get a health bonus. I think I'm going to go for Stamina Regen. There we go. And so that rounds out the 4 that I have. And every time I play through the game, I'll get a little bit more. And I can, this grid's pretty big, actually. The other thing that I got was, my nickname for him is Spooky Ghosts. I got 7 Spooky Ghosts, and these go into the companion system. So as you can see, I can get a number of companions here that are not available in the game yet, but anytime you unlock a companion, it will replace your passive, which remember is Radiance, those beams of light that come from the sky, and your ultimate, which was striking the enemy 8 times. It will replace those with a different passive and ultimate. And then in addition, you can unlock new abilities that can be used at any time. So just as an example, I'm going to unlock Coronal Bloom. And then if I come over here and equip it, now every time I attack, I get this Coronal Bloom added to my ability, which let's see what it does. Killing enemies with your attack increases your power by 2.5%, stacking additively all the way to the end of the encounter. So if you kill, 10 enemies with your attack, then you are doing a 25% more damage by the end of the encounter. And you can power this up as well. Like you see at the next level, it will do 5% per enemy killed, and so on. And so you can use your lost souls to power up all of these abilities and then equip them here in the ability augments panel. And this is all new and really exciting stuff. That's the end of this tour. Thank you so much for watching. Again, you can play this on Steam right now. There's a demo live. All of this stuff, well, most of this stuff, there's a few things that are not available on that build yet, but will be soon. And if you play it and you enjoy it, please drop me some feedback, drop me a line, tell me how you think, and most importantly, wishlist the game. It helps me so much if you wishlist the game, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.